Hey, welcome to Inside the Red Zone with Coach Smith and Michelle. Man, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We can't wait to get started. We got a good friend of mine that's all over Mobile. But you know what? I got a quick question to ask you guys out there. Who do you think is the most recognizable guy in the city of Mobile? I'm going to tell you something, man. It's not A.J. McCarron. It's not Jake Peavy. It's not Jimmy Ward. It is the one and the only ShadrickToodle, man. We got him on stage tonight. We got him in the coach's cave, man.
That's what I'm talking
man.
about, Coach.
Welcome
I
inside
like
the red
that.
zone, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank.
Toodle Boy Sports, man. This is exciting.
That's right, man.
Welcome to Coach's Cave.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited. I mean, I'm always excited. I'm on cloud 10 every day, but to get the call from you guys, my friends, and look, it's funny. I was going through my phone, and y'all might not remember this. We had lunch at Chick-fil-A some years ago, and I saw that picture in my phone when I was looking for something else. So we go way back. I'm excited. Y'all are doing wonderful things, and I'm just excited about tonight.
Heck yeah,
we
man.
are too. And I do remember that.
I do that. My mother was there. Mama, that's what we call her, man. She said, "Oh, I like that guy. He's nice." We had a good time that night.
We do go way back, and it's really cool because I remember when you were a head coach at Baker High School in Mobile, and his Shadrach and his beautiful family walked in, and I don't know if this was about the first time you were getting started around the first little bit of time, but I remember you had the coolest merch already. And I was like, man, you gotta come start setting up at the games. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, man, we're getting ready to hit it off with some rapid fire questions. I'm gonna let Coach Michelle shoot the first one at you, man.
Oh, I'm ready.
Well, before we get started and talking about all of that, I want to know first and foremost about your boys and your family. You've got a lot of really, really awesome stuff going on in the home life, and we love to hear about it because we're empty nesters now. So tell us about your boys and what you guys have going on.
And it's something I always dreamed of, being a father, a husband, and I mean, I have the best. My wife is the absolute best. We have 3 boys that keeps us on the go. The good thing is our 2 oldest are both for driving, so from that standpoint, we don't do as much as that anymore. But with school, with training, and we 2 down in the nest because Shadrach actually went to Gulf Coast. We took him to Mississippi Gulf Coast in July, and I posted on Facebook. I actually shed some tears because you know that time is coming when your kids are leaving, but when it actually happened, great kid, just do everything for us we asked. And when we dropped him off at college, I thought my wife was going to be the only one that shed a tear, but Pops shed some tears too. It's been fun, man, just to be a father to not only my boys and to all the kids who I mentor and talk to on a daily, weekly basis. So I mean, life is good. So yes, sir.
That's so awesome. And you're exactly right, man. When you take that first one to college, boy, it's something else. It doesn't just hit the mamas though.
Oh, it's the dads too, man. We had to send our kids off. It's one of the hardest things. Always you're gonna be your children and the babies, and sometimes, man, you just gotta, you've done a great job raising your kids, man. They're phenomenal, and you just gotta provide them with wings and let them fly. And they're gonna do some great things, man. And I tell you, you poured your heart into them, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen, in a few years where life is going to lead them to, man.
And God gives us our children as such a blessing, but it's for a season, and we are to do our very best, and then let them fly. It's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to get out the nest, right? So he's at
Gulf Coast Community College.
Gulf Coast Community College there in Mississippi. So he's not too far. You can still get to him.
Oh yeah. And actually, that first week, I think my wife went down about 3 or 4 times. I mean, she found the excuse. She said, "I think you need a calculator." I think.
How love
So she
Mama
made-
Toodle. I've always called her Mama Toodle. I
Yeah.
love her. She is so precious.
Yeah.
And both of y'all are making a great impact, not only in
ma'am.
our community, but you know, the word's starting to get around even with your business and stuff. And you're making a great impact all along the Gulf Coast.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, you know, sports is my passion, sports is my kids' passion, our family passion. So when you can mix those two together, because even when I first started, the people who know me from West Mobile Park way back in the day, I was doing this back in the day. Now that my kids are kind of okay in sports and, you know, social media is here, but for the people who knew me from my kids were 4 and 5, I was doing the exact same thing. I just had a fancy blazers and stuff.
Yeah.
And that is a sharp blazer, if I must
Oh,
say
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
We need to get Coach one for
With
George County,
man.
this
Let me
year.
bust up in that thing. We need to get when we have
Oh,
our
yeah.
banquet at the end of the year. So man, getting back to Shadrick, Junior, is this his first year or second year up there?
Yeah, this is his first year. You know, he originally signed with Jacksonville State, so we threw it off a little bit. He was gonna have the red shirt, and as he was getting close to, you know, the spring, he was thinking on it heavy, and schools were still contacting him too. So, but he wanted to play. Mississippi Gulf Coast gave him a great opportunity. Coach McDougal is one of the best DB coaches. Matter of fact, he was Mr. Mississippi in football, and he played at Mississippi State. So he always kept in contact with Shadrick, and Shadrach saw the opportunity. And like we always do, our kids, with the help of our insight and just how we always raised him, he wanted to go to Mississippi Gulf Coast, and we told him, hey, let's do it. We actually dropped them off in the summer. You know, they had the summer workouts.
Yeah, yeah.
And they started fall ball about a week or two ago. And
Wow.
but yes, man, the transition was good. Now he's only an hour away, and we can actually go to all their games, even if they're away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's been great for him to go there.
I tell you, man, I had the opportunity to go there. I mentioned to you off the air, and we had a team camp there over the summer, and I was so impressed with the facilities they got and the guys that goes on to the 4-year schools. And actually, man, the guys they produce in the NFL, there's no doubt Shadrick go there and have a good year too. He's going to be a D1 school. There's no doubt. You know, they put out some tremendous athletes, and not only you know, in the SEC, not only just small schools. I mean, they produce some big time players on to the next level.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And that was one of the things also too. Even last year, they had all 8 of their defensive backs to go Division I. And I'm talking about Tulane, Mississippi State, like Washington. So that was another thing that caught his eye too. And it was funny, while we was up there yesterday visiting, he got a text from Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. The defensive coordinator was the defensive coordinator at Jacksonville State. So he's already beginning contacted by schools. They just waiting to get the season started. So who knows, man? We believe in God. We know his steps are already ordered.
Yeah.
So as long as he, like we tell him, keep doing what you're supposed to do, be where your feet are. We have no doubt whatever he decides to do, he's gonna be great at it.
That's
So
right.
good.
Absolutely.
So good. Well, we're
Yep,
proud
yep.
of him too. Maybe if it worked out in the schedule, it'd be cool to be able to just run over and see him play.
Heck yeah.
We'll have to look up the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, let's transition to your middle son, Shadars.
Yes, sir.
So I know he's committed to Auburn, and he had 31 D1 offers. Man, that is unreal. Talk a little bit about Shadars, and is that locked in, committed? Is he going to visit? Has he shut it down or what?
Yes, sir. He is fully committed to Auburn. The whole process was interesting. It's funny because I think he was 6th grade at the time. We had them all write down what they wanted to do when they grow up. And that actually board is in the garage now, the chalkboard above the weight set. But he said he wanted to win a high school state championship. He wanted to be a 5-star, and he wanted to go to Auburn, and he wanted to be a first-round pick. And what's so interesting is, like, even through this process, I never mentioned that to him or anything. And after 31 offers, he visited Auburn the most. And when he told us he wanted to commit during Big Cat Weekend, he was all for it. But it's just one of those things where, you know, when you write it down, when you put in the work, goes ultimately just come to pass. So, but yeah, even in 8th grade, he got his first offer when he was in 8th grade.
Man.
Schools was coming to College Hill to look at Kelvin and the twins, and Vanderbilt just so happened to saw a big kid with a young face.
Yeah.
And they told him he was only an 8th grader. It started there. We've been on a whirlwind, coach. We probably visited uh, since the spring, probably visited over 10 to 15 schools. And like I said, Auburn, I think he went to 3 times, spring and summer. Powell State a couple times, Texas A&M 2 different times. So we've been putting miles on the truck, all to make sure he was making the right decision and trying to figure out where he truly wants to be. And we feel like Auburn, when he told us he wanted to commit, we feel like that's going to be home for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
That's so cool. Isn't it fun getting to go and visit?
Yes.
I always loved that as a coach's wife, getting to go with him when he would take recruits and stuff. I just think that is the most fun. That is the coolest thing ever, to really get to see the schools, the stadiums, the programs,
behind the scenes stuff, you know, and just hang out. It's just, it's a great experience, man. And I'm glad he's staying in state. You know, I want a kid to go wherever he wants to go, but sometimes the kid stays in state, man. And, you know, that's good.
You don't like pulling for the other team, though. I know you don't. You don't want to say it.
So look, I have to be honest now. So like, even through this process, we was real intentional and deliberate about it. We kept up with the schools that called him, how many visits, just everything about it. So Auburn, he went to Auburn 4 times, and I never went, because every time during the spring and summer, because he went last year, I didn't go junior day. He went 3 times this spring and summer, but every time he had to go, we had to take my oldest somewhere else. So it was one of those things where I finally got to meet the coaches and just be involved. And we was there 2 days. But that, as parents, that's what we look for, because every school have the big shiny building, nice facilities, everything else. But who really shows, especially in a short time when you're with them, who's going to care for your son, going to try to put him in the best position, give him the best opportunity to do whatever it is he's trying to do. And when I tell you, Auburn, from the first time I stepped on campus for Big Cat Weekend, we actually went to Hugh Free's house Friday. And even the things you look for as a coach, I mean, it was God first for him and his wife. When we had that conversation, we was in his house for about an hour. Like, we probably talked about God for probably 30, 45 minutes. So like, that's important to him. And that's to us. So even just knowing that aspect about Coach Hugh Freeze and how he coached, how he approached things, it made us feel good along the process. So
man,
that's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. So there'll be some really exciting football this year.
Oh yes,
no doubt. Yeah.
I mean, every year.
Well, man, I'm just believing right now that your oldest son, he's gonna go up there and have a great year at Gulf Coast Community College, and he's gonna be at Auburn one day, man. You just watch. I just believe that, man.
That's right. That's right. The whole family.
Brothers will be together.
That's right. Yep.
Talking about brothers, let's just go ahead and talk about the baby. We gotta bring him up now. He's got some incredible stuff going on too, right? He's a freshman.
Yes, ma'am. He's a freshman.
Cottage Hill Christian Academy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's the jacket you're repping for any of our viewers.
I'm representing. It's game week, so I got to make sure I got the right colors on tonight.
That's right. So that's for any of our viewers right now that are watching, and you may not be from this area yet, because we want you to get to know Shadrick. He's going to talk about his business, but you're going to want one of these specialty jackets. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, man, that's got some swag to it.
Yeah.
So he's a freshman. He's going to be starting quarterback this year.
So yes, sir. He's like my other. He learned from my 2 oldest. He works extremely hard. I mean, I have to kind of tell him, hey, Shamal, you need some rest. But I mean, between practices and camps this summer and going to his personal trainer, he really had the work what it takes to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's going to have his growing pains because he's only a freshman. He's 14. but we're looking just forward to see the process, the growth. But he has all the tools, coach. You know, as a coach, you want that guy to be the first one in and last one out. And when you got a 14-year-old, a freshman, who's texting everybody on the team, hey y'all, let's go work out. Hey, come because his trainer tell him, hey, bring some wide receivers. Like he's asking those guys. So you know, when you put in work like that, coach, you know, hopefully the results speak for themselves. But I just like it like that because that's one thing they all gonna know. Like we're gonna put in the work no matter what we're doing when we commit to it. And so we're excited about what he and the team kind of chill. They're a young team too. But just had the opportunity to play as a freshman, start a quarterback, we're excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
man,
to have that kind of work ethic
at a young age like that.
already and
Yeah.
leading the team, that's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, man, I like Carvel, the coach over there, man. I know him and Tiger and his dad. We go way back in the Municipal Park days years ago, man. That's a great family, man. I hope they watch the show. If not,
Oh,
you
yes.
tell them I said hello. So,
Yes, sir. I'll make sure I shoot him a text. Carvel, man, we love him. He was the defensive coordinator last year. Before he got the head coaching job, and it was good because when the coach who they hired did take it, it was 100% consensus on campus parents because he's one of those guys you want your kids to play for.
yeah.
I mean, so and he rallied in the troops. We have a young team, but I mean, he's one of those coaches. You'll love him, coach. You'll love
Yeah.
him. Oh, yeah.
I've heard some great things about him, man. I can't say enough about his dad. I know his dad very well. And like I said, Tiger, and that's a great family.
He's a great man in the community and family man.
Mm-hmm.
I've met his wife before.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a great team to continue watching coming up too, because it's just going to keep growing and cultivating. So,
well, man, let's switch gears and talk about the Toodle Boys sports, man. So you already mentioned you started the business back years ago at the park when your boys were playing it. Is it West Side they was playing that?
Westmobile Park, yes, sir.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about your business, man, and when you got involved in it, how it's grown over the years.
Yeah, man, that's been a blessing in itself because and it just started by me just being me. My kids were playing at Westmobile Park, and I just truly, because I didn't have a dad. My dad never seen me play. He left when I was 9. And so what was important to me to be there for everything my kids was doing. And I'm talking about be there, be loud, be proud. And as soon as they got the opportunity to start playing sports at Westmobile Park, I got jerseys made. So like, and Shadrick, he didn't even get in the game. You know, he started playing first, and but he wasn't even getting in. But we all had the Buccaneers jersey with his number on it and our names on it. That I didn't care about him playing or not. I was going to be there for my son, and inspired from there because that same excitement I had, other parents wanted it, the gear, the little hats, and it just formed from there. And that's it. When it in turn those years, I went to the flea market, and when I met you guys at Baker, that was my first time working with a school. So I just wanted to thank you guys because my association with Baker, and y'all don't even know this, like it made it okay for other schools to be like, who is that guy? We want them jerseys too. So appreciate you guys for that. But yeah, and it's been spiraling ever since, man. Like every school, like I'm going outside the state. Like I have principals. Matter of fact, me and my wife, we was out to eat for her birthday, and the president of Snake Community College was in Phoenix, and my wife kept saying, "Do you know him?" And she was like, "He keep looking at you." He's the president. He's the president of Snake Community College. I was wearing a Jacksonville State blazer because that's what Shadrick signed. But he used to be the president at Jacksonville State. He got my name in Felix, and now he's ordering them for everybody on his campus. So it's just no matter if I'm out to eat or if I'm at a game, just the happiness, the smile you get from just representing for what you truly believe. And in my case, sports has done that. My kids have done that, and even other kids who I go support. I wear their jackets, I wear their school jerseys, and it's just catching on like wildfire. Because that's the one thing that I believe. these kids, man, we just gonna show them love, and sports is a way I show love. Just giving kids hope, even if they're not the best kid on the field. Toodle gonna scream for them like they Michael Jordan or Bo Jackson. So and they love it because I get calls all the time. Mr. Toodle, can you come to my game? And I'm like, I got 3 kids of my own, but I still try to make it. And it's actually just grown the business, man, because people like to smile, people like to feel good. And that's one thing I truly believe in. And it just helped the business tremendously. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it just
That's so good. And you have that like from the very beginning. I mean, even way back all those years ago, that might have just started with a little custom jersey or the wristbands, the custom wristbands, and then the hats and all the things that I've watched you just continue to grow and evolve and to just keep creating. You have the best creativity, and everybody wants that. They want something that's different. So I can't wait for our audience and our network to, find you on Facebook or to come out to the flea market and be able to order. So tell us, where's the best place that they can see the merch and place an order? Because you are the best hype man too. Like, we want you to come out to George County now. I miss having you at our schools.
We're coming, trust me, we're coming. Especially with the news that's going to be coming down in a couple of weeks. You most definitely going to be coming down there. But Toodle Boy Sports, my website is www.toodleboysports.com. I get a lot of traction there. Social media, I'm real heavy on because I mean, I tell people, if it's 5 billion people in the country, 4.9 billion have their phone in their hand looking at some type of social media.
Yes.
So I advertise heavily on Facebook and Instagram, and ShadrickToodle Senior on Facebook, ShadrickToodle Senior on Instagram, and I also have a business page, Toodle Boy Sports, on Facebook that I can be reached at. My cell number is everywhere, 251-209-2346. I get calls middle of the night, all that. But it's fun. I enjoy it. But I'm everywhere. You can reach me. Facebook, like I said, Instagram, Twitter. My name's ShadrickToodle, and we can get you whatever you need.
Yeah, and we'll be sure and link all this in the show notes as well, so that they can just see it, click on it. But I wanted you to vocally go ahead and verbalize that and get it out there, because guys, you want to know him and you want him in your corner. You want to be all decked out in that Toodle Boy Sports merch, because it just sets you apart. And like you said, it brings a smile.
Yeah.
There's not ever been one time that you or your family have not walked into a place that I've been, or I've looked at a picture and not seen you and gotten a smile. So just know that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It's they used to it. They friends be calling them, hey, can your dad come? Can your dad come? So they not. I mean, everybody love it, man. It's fun. The season actually starting tomorrow, so I mean, we just look forward to going to games and watching them play and watching other people play, because sports bring everybody together like you wouldn't believe. And while we're together, we're gonna smile, we're gonna love on each other, and we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, man, I got to tell our audience, man. You remember a couple of years ago, I'm outside working in the shed, and I'm building a set of cornhole boards, and next thing I know, somebody walking up, man, I jumped, and I think I was listening to some rap, the old '80s rap music, or something, man. Shadrick, Remy Mary Hannah's jersey.
That's right.
Man, that was awesome, man. I know you remember that. And my daughter loved that. Had her name on the back of it, Lehigh University. And that just what kind of person this man is right here, man. He's just so generous and kind. And man, I appreciate that, brother. And she loved that jersey. Let me tell you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a credit to you, Coach, because what I do believe in is celebrating people while they're here. And my way of celebrating people just is what I already do to the boy sports. Your daughter was a tremendous player in college playing baseball. So I mean, and that's what I do for my kids. I get all eight jerseys in my frame. I love it. So what I started doing for coaches, uh, if I couldn't figure out what a coach played, I figure out what their kids played, and I try to do a custom jersey. This year, I'm actually starting the Blazers, and but Coach Rao at Centennial don't know it yet, but I'm blessing him with a blazer. But just celebrate guys like yourself, Coach. Y'all do things the right way. I mean, you know, the kids are first and most important. And when I see another male uh, doing it in that way, because like I tell everybody, man, why you like this? You know, I didn't have my pops, so I identify with kids, number one, and I know that feeling I didn't have growing up. And what I try to do is make sure every kid I come in contact with feel that. And what I love about it so much, I could take a picture with a kid, or they'll stop me and want to take a picture, and they'll be posting it before I can. Type of impact. And when I see coaches doing that, because I played for the best, I identified. I played for Coach Rick Petrie, Coach Dunn, and Coach Joe Nile in college. So I even identify with the coaches who give, like yourself, Coach, your time and everything else to make sure these kids have what they need in terms of just making it to the next level, becoming a man, and just being good human beings. And so, and I said last week also why we get a lot of praise. I made a post about it. We get a lot of praise for the Toodle boys for their sports accomplishment. But what people don't know about is when they go to Zaxby's, a lady paid for their lunch, and she asked them where they came from because they went to church. And she said, normally kids y'all age are being here jumping up and down, making a lot of noise. She said, but because y'all was over there quiet and just eating, I'm gonna pay for y'all food. And I found out later because she didn't want to tell them who she was. I just made a post about it because I wanted to thank her and do something for her. But that's the type of stuff people don't see when the kids we're raising, the kids we come in contact with, we're trying to teach them to be better humans. And just trust me, sports is fine, Coach, but we know what the ultimate goal is for our kids and everybody in this world, and we can help facilitate that. Man, I'd rather get pats on the back for that than a kid.
Man, that's so much more important than football. I mean, you know, living a life like that and being generous and kind to others, they would come back to you tenfold, man. I promise you. And I love hearing stories like that, man. That is really, really good.
Well, it's what's most important. And no matter how crazy the world is and chaotic that it is, and just outlandish some of the things that are happening right now, it doesn't matter. Because for the ones of us that still have the heart to believe, we have to still stand strong in that and lead them in that way. They still need to see that there's truth and there's light, and to be a good man on the field and off the field, and how to do that and move forward. So that's the most important. Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, I'm going to ask you about Mama Toodle now. You've got the most beautiful wife with the sweetest heart and spirit. And tell me just a little bit, talk about Miss Shawanda now a little bit, because can't let this one go.
We're going to be all night because I can talk all night about her now. She is the queen. I mean, without her, Miss Michelle, you know, nothing will get done.
Yep.
I mean, just the little things. I mean, she's the ultimate. And I thought my mama was the #1 mama in the world. So, but she's the best mother, the best wife. The Toodle boys, not the Toodle boys without her. She's behind the scenes. She's quiet, but when I tell you, she's gonna make sure before they walk out this house. I mean, she have their friends over probably, you know, twice a week. She understands the importance of it too, just being the mother to so many kids. So that's a good thing too, because we both share that passion. But I mean, their friends and other people sometimes we don't even know are over our house every weekend playing ball in the backyard or just playing the video games. But when I tell you her heart is the heart of gold, I mean, through this whole process, if you ask them boys, you know, while I get the credit a lot just because I'm a vocal guy and I like to post, nothing gets done. Just their school work, just making sure that they on top of that. She does so much in our household. Uh, uh, and you know, we lost our puppy, our little dog Cinnamon, back in November. So that was kind of hard for all of us, but she was closer to my wife. And so we're working on getting her a new little one. Uh,
Oh.
so, but besides that, man, everything's been great. She's wonderful. Juggling all of our schedules and careers and practices and everything else. We couldn't ask for a better. I could ask for a better wife or a better mother. Because that makes my job easy. I'm able to just have fun and just not worry about uh, anything
Yeah.
because of,
Yeah, and that's so I love to just hear you, talk about it and talk about her like that. Like, how long have you guys been married?
this my youngest. He just came in.
Hey man, what's up?
Coach,
We've
Yeah.
been talking about you, man. You're on our podcast. It's called Inside the Red Zone. We hanging out with
I'm gonna let
Dad.
you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you say hey to y'all too.
Okay.
All right.
This Coach Smith. We inside the red zone.
What's up, man? How are
What's
you?
up?
He doing good. He coached Deuce Night over at George County. Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
You're gonna be asking about tonight, Coach.
There you go.
Bring them all on. Now I know the house to come hang out at.
I'm telling you, man, we're gonna order some pizza and we're gonna we gonna feed you. We're gonna have plenty of Kool-Aid and drinks to
Yep.
fill you up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
Shawanda, you asked me about Shawanda. We've been married 19 years in November. We've been together 21 years.
wow.
And uh, I met her on her job. She was actually working at Zales, and a buddy of mine from college worked in there. And so when I walked in the mall, I was talking to my buddy. I was like, "Hey man, who is that?" And he was like, "Man, she's real religious. You don't want to mess with her." We went to college together, so he kind of knew how the old Shadrick was.
Yeah.
But at that time, I had already changed and everything. I said, "No, man, just tell I'm interested." And from there, man, we've been together. We got 3 beautiful kids. Like I said, this November make 19 years for us. And it's just been the best time of my life because I truly believe, man, she makes my life easier. She makes the boys' life easier.
Wow.
And we don't know what we'll do because when she's down sick, we make noise.
The Toodle boys are scrambling when Mama's sick, huh?
That's right. Yeah.
That's such a powerful dynamic.
Yeah.
That's an encouragement to so many. And I'm sure that our listeners and viewers, that's encouraging them that there are relationships and homes like that. So keep doing what you're doing because the rest of the community and all of those boys need to continue to see that.
Man, I just want to commend you, Ben, just the kind of person you are, man. You're a great father. You're a great husband. People think the world of you in the community. We need some more Toodles in this world, man. I promise you. And I just want to thank you for being the kind of man you are, man. That's awesome, brother. Keep up the great work.
I know.
Hey, Coach, it's people like you, Coach, because trust me, man, it's a lot of kids out there like me, man, who was raised without a father figure. And I tell people, man, the coaches are the most important figures in kids' life. Because the majority of the kids go play sports or just have a male teacher that they're going to look up to. And I think, Coach, like I said, you touch so many people. Your days at Shaw, your days back in the day, even at Baker, Coach, Mobile Christian, and now George County. you are molding people, coach, the same way I am. And that's why I try to make sure I always have a smile, always caring, always trying to do what I can, because I saw people like y'all doing it, coach. And I want kids to see me and just take to it, because what's going to happen is pretty soon everybody's going to be showing love and just being nice and just being caring and taking kids under their wings to hopefully make this thing
Yeah,
better.
Exactly.
that's
And we
right.
just keep doing what we've been called to do. And
Mhm.
I know that you're a man of faith. Your family is a family of faith, and your marriage is built on faith, and that shows. You
Yes.
can't love on other people with that kind of love without the love of Jesus. And I know that that's important to you, and I appreciate that as well, that you guys are not afraid to still stand on your faith as well, because you got to lead with that. Everything
Yes.
else will follow and fall in place. But when you lead with that, there's just something powerful.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to, man. The other week, uh, I tell people, when you follow me on social media, you're gonna see scriptures and you're gonna see sports and you're gonna see my family.
Yeah.
And we dropped Shadrick off back in July. So Shadrick comes home and sometimes he get in late Friday night or Saturday night after practice. And so I go to the flea market, and at first I didn't say anything. So I texted him, I said, because I wanted him to help me at the flea market. And then I texted him, I said, hey, Shad, I saw him getting up and get ready. Hey, where you go? He said, I'm going to church. And I got so excited because when you're raising kids, we go to church Wednesday night, Thursday night, you know, when it's time for them to leave, you don't know how your kids gonna really react because they've grown, they're on their own. He's been driving for 2 or 3 years, but he come home just to go to church. And
Wow.
Wow.
so and so when you talk about just trying to live a certain way, trying to hopefully, because you can teach and train a child in the way they should go. A lot of kids take different paths, but to know he come home from college. Now we talking about a college kid, his first year in
Mhm.
college. They want to
Yeah.
go party or whatever college kids do. I'm too old now to know what they do now, but even just that, uh, that's important to us. The way we live, the way we try to live, because we're not perfect people. But when even our kids, when they go to mezzo at College Hill Christian on Wednesday nights, that ain't something we say, hey, y'all got to go. My Shadars drives now. So
Yeah.
that's why I said, man, there's just so many little things like that that we try to preach, and we
Yeah.
just try to show him first. No matter what you're trying to do, man, it's gonna make that road
So
a little
good.
sweet.
That's so
Mhm.
good. That's it. And we talk about our favorite F words, is what we call them. We always talk about our favorite F words, and it's
Yes,
faith, family, fitness, which is health,
yes,
good
yes.
solid finances, having fun, and a whole
Whole lot
lot
of
of
football.
football.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
I like,
fall into our favorite F
I'm gonna
word.
steal that one. I'm stealing that from y'all.
There you go.
We teach
Yeah,
everybody our favorite F words,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
So give us a last word as we're wrapping it up. We've enjoyed this time so much, but give our audience and listeners a last word, something encouraging that you want to leave with them, because we're going to encourage them to come follow you, come find you, to check out all the Toodle Boys sports and find you in that arena. But give them an encouraging word and something that you want to leave them with today.
And I use the word, no matter if you just don't know somebody at the gas station one day, lead with love, because you never know what someone is going through. Even when you're at your lowest, just show love, especially to kids, just anybody. I mean, that's what I truly believe, man. Because uh, anytime when you try to push stuff on people, sometimes they hesitate to just accept. But what I try to do is just show love. Once people realize you really care, then they're gonna see your true identity, and whatever it is they need or whatever it is that you just trying to do, they're gonna follow. So lead with love, and then once you lead with love, make somebody smile and tell them who your best friend is. My best friend is Jesus Christ. And after that, everything will be good. Just lead with love, make people feel good, make them feel happy. And they don't see it on you. You tell them who your best friend is, and you get that relationship going. And I promise you, man, life will be a little smoother. You'll have a friend, and they gonna love it so much they gonna tell somebody else about their best friend when they leave with love. So
That's so good.
Yes, very
That's
good.
so good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. And that's so easy.
You know, love God and love others. And you know, when you do that to someone, they're gonna look and say, "Man, what does that guy got that I don't have?"
Yeah.
And it's Jesus. You know, and
Yeah.
it just shines. You can't you can't hide it. You know, you're glowing. You just know it's like, man, that guy's got something that I want. You know, it's just a relationship with Christ, man.
Yeah.
Well, we sure appreciate that word, man. That's really, really good.
We appreciate you being here with us and just
Thank
hanging
y'all
out,
for having
being
me.
our friend. And we're
Yes.
excited to watch the upcoming season of All the Boys, but for all of the community and what's going on. It's football,
Man,
baby.
it's here.
It's here.
Hey, 4th and 2.
What you gonna do?
Hey, let's do it.
What you gonna do?
Hey,
What
man,
you gonna do?
we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
being on
Coach.
tonight.
Thank y'all, Coach. Thank you for having me. We're excited. We're gonna be over there to catch a game or two, especially when the news drop.
I got you.
Yep.
Well,
And
man,
we gotta order some jackets now.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna go get on
Got
the
this is
website.
George
Yeah.
County gear coming out there.
yeah. Let me know when you come,
Yep.
man. I'll hook you up with some tickets. So,
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
all right,
you.
brother. You have a good night.
You
Thanks
too.
again.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Good
All
night.
right.